Alright, quick disclaimer, this breakdown is not based on the characters' canon birthdays. We're doing this the credible way. Personality traits, emotional patterns, and how these characters behave under pressure across the books. This is the Zodiac signs as characters from the Harry Potter universe. Let's start. Scorpio in the Harry Potter universe is not loud. It's not performative. It's the character who can sit in silence and still control the entire room. Scorpio is secrecy, emotional intensity, and loyalty that becomes a life sentence. It's the person whose true motives don't make sense until the very end, and then suddenly the whole story rewires itself. So for Scorpio, I'm going with Severus Snape. Snape is Scorpio because his entire arc is built on hidden devotion, long-term strategy, and emotional endurance. In the books, he lives in layers. He's feared, disliked, misunderstood, and he accepts that because Scorpio doesn't need approval. Scorpio needs purpose. Snape's loyalty is private, his grief is private, and his sacrifice is revealed only after his death, which is one of the most Scorpio-coded story structures you can write. Sagittarius is the sign that survives darkness by keeping the spirit alive. It uses humor like armor. It tells the truth even when it's awkward. Sagittarius is messy, real, and deeply loyal, but it also has to grow through experience. This character learns by living, not by planning. So for Sagittarius, I'm going with Ron Weasley. Ron is Sagittarius because he processes fear and insecurity through jokes, honesty, and movement. In the books, he grows by leaving when he's overwhelmed, then returning with more self-awareness. That's Sag energy, expansion through experience. Ron isn't perfect, but he's real, and when it matters, he shows up. Sagittarius loyalty isn't always polished. It's proven. Capricorn is the sign of weight, responsibility, consequence. This is the character who thinks in decades, not days. Capricorn makes choices that aren't popular, because Capricorn is focused on outcomes, not applause. Capricorn leadership is often lonely because it carries the burden nobody else wants. So, for Capricorn, I'm going with Albus Dumbledore. Dumbledore is Capricorn because he operates on a long timeline and makes decisions based on what protects the future, even if it costs him in the present. In the books, he withholds information not to be controlling, but because Capricorn understands timing and emotional readiness. His wisdom isn't abstract, it's earned. He carries regret, guilt, and responsibility quietly. Saturn energy. Through and through. Aquarius is the outsider who stays true anyway. Aquarius is originality, intellectual freedom, and the ability to see what others can't because they're not trapped inside the social hive mind. This character gets labeled weird, but the truth is they're often the clearest one in the room. So for Aquarius, I'm going with Luna Lovegood. Luna is Aquarius because she refuses to perform for acceptance. She holds her identity with calm confidence, even when she's mocked. Aquarius doesn't need consensus to trust its truth. In the books, Luna often notices emotional or spiritual realities other characters ignore. She represents the higher Aquarius, detached from social pressure, not detached from compassion. Pisces is the sign that feels everything. It absorbs the emotional atmosphere like a sponge. Pisces is empathy, softness, sacrifice, and the quiet belief that your pain should not become anyone else's burden. This character leads through emotional intelligence, not dominance. So for Pisces, I'm going with Remus Lupin. Lupin is Pisces because his life is shaped by suffering and stigma, yet he responds with kindness instead of bitterness. In the books, he constantly downplays his own pain and chooses to be gentle anyway. Pisces' strength is not loud. It's the ability to hold pain without turning cruel. Lupin teaches with patience, protects with compassion, and carries weight quietly. Aries is raw courage, instinct, loyalty that burns hot. Aries moves first and processes later. This character hates confinement, hates authority that feels unjust, and will take a risk immediately if it means protecting someone they love. So for Aries, I'm going with Sirius Black. Sirius is Aries because he operates on impulse and devotion. In the books, his love is fierce and immediate, and his emotional reactions are intense. Aries doesn't do calm loyalty. Aries does, I'm here, right now, and I'll fight. Sirius also shows the Aries shadow, impatience, recklessness, and the struggle to slow down, but his courage is undeniable. Taurus is the anchor, comfort, Loyalty, consistency. This is the character you can depend on. Taurus cares about home, food, tradition, and protecting what's vulnerable. Taurus doesn't change quickly, but once Taurus loves you, you're family forever. So for Taurus, I'm going with Rubeus Hagrid. Hagrid is Taurus because he represents steadiness and unconditional loyalty. He values home, routine, and emotional consistency, and throughout the books, he stays a constant safe presence for Harry. Taurus love is protective, and Hagrid protects people and creatures with that same earthy devotion. He's not flashy powerful, he's reliable powerful. Gemini is duality. Masks, adaptation. Gemini characters are often shaped by environment, social expectations, and the ability to switch personas to survive. And when Gemini is under pressure, you see the split. Two selves at war. So for Gemini, I'm going with Draco Malfoy. Draco is Gemini because he performs a version of himself that starts to collapse as the story darkens. In the books, his confidence becomes a costume. Gemini isn't shallow, it's complicated. Draco is torn between the identity he's expected to embody and what his nervous system can actually handle. That internal contradiction is the heart of Gemini's shadow. Cancer is the late bloomer who becomes unstoppable. Cancer is sensitivity, memory, and emotional security. This character starts uncertain, but once they find belonging, they become fiercely protective. Cancer doesn't want power for ego, it wants protection for what it loves. So for Cancer, I'm going with Neville Longbottom. Neville is Cancer because his growth is emotional first. In the books, he carries grief and insecurity early on, but once he feels supported, he becomes brave in a deeply protective way. Cancer's courage is not loud, it's devoted. Neville becomes strong because he loves what he's defending. Leo is the symbol, the heart, the one everyone watches. Leo carries visibility whether they want it or not, and Leo's greatest power is emotional courage. This character doesn't lead through dominance, they lead through heart. So for Leo, I'm going with Harry Potter. Harry is Leo because he becomes a living symbol of hope, and he keeps showing up despite pressure and loss. Leo is ruled by the sun, and Harry's presence becomes a kind of light in the story. Not because he craves attention, but because people look to him when they're scared. His bravery is heart-based, and that's the highest Leo archetype. Virgo is precision, preparation, and pattern recognition. Virgo is the friend who sees problems before they become disasters. Virgo energy is service-driven. It doesn't want chaos, it wants solutions. This character becomes powerful through competence. So for Virgo, I'm going with Hermione Granger. Hermione is Virgo because she researches, anticipates, and executes. She notices details others miss and takes responsibility for preventing catastrophe. In the books, she consistently becomes the group's strategist and problem solver. Virgo isn't about controlling people. It's about controlling outcomes so nobody gets hurt. Hermione embodies that. Libra is justice and legitimacy. Libra is the sign that enforces balance, not through force, but through fairness. This character holds authority without cruelty, and you trust them because their decisions feel proportionate and principled. Libra power is ethical power. So for Libra, I'm going with Professor Minerva McGonagall. McGonagall is Libra because she weighs context, enforces rules fairly, and understands exactly when structure must bend for the greater good. In the books, she embodies discipline with compassion. Never arbitrary, never cruel, always principled. Libra leadership is trusted, not feared, and McGonagall commands respect because she is legitimate. So that's the Zodiac archetypes through iconic Harry Potter characters, based on personality patterns and book canon behavior, not birthdays. Comment your Zodiac sign and tell me if your match fits, and tell me what universe we should do next.